Eyre, Chapter 26, Part 2. My nerves vibrated to those low-spoken words as they had never vibrated to thunder. My blood felt their subtle violence as it had never felt frost or fire. But I was collected and in no danger of swooning. I looked at Mr. Rochester. I made him look at me. His whole face was colorless rock. His eye was both spark and flint. He disavowed nothing. He seemed as if he would defy all things. Without speaking, without smiling, without seeming to recognize in me a human being, he only twined my waist with his arm and riveted me to his side. "Who are you?" he asked of the intruder. "My name is Briggs, a solicitor of Street in London." "And you would thrust on me a wife?" "I would remind you of your lady's existence, sir, which the law recognizes if you do not." "Favor me with an account of her, with her name, her parentage, her place of abode." "Certainly." Mr. Briggs calmly took a paper from his pocket and read out in a sort of official nasal voice. "I affirm and can prove that on the 20th of October, A.D., a date of 15 years back, Edward Fairfax Rochester of Thornfield Hall in the county of and in the Ferndon Manor in Shire, England, was married to my sister Bertha Antoinetta Marson, daughter of Jonas Marson, merchant, and Antoinetta his wife of Creole at Church, Spanish Town, Jamaica. The record of the marriage will be found in the register of that church. A copy of it is now in my possession. Signed, Richard Marson." That, if a genuine document, may prove I have been married, but it does not prove that the woman mentioned therein is my wife that is still living. "She was living 3 months ago," returned the lawyer. "How do you know?" "I have a witness to the fact, whose testimony even you, sir, will scarcely controvert." "Produce him, or go to hell." "I will produce him first. He is on the spot. Mr. Marson, have the goodness to step forward." Mr. Rochester, on hearing the name, set his teeth. He experienced, too, a sort of strong convulsive quiver. Near to him as I was, I felt the spasmodic movement of fury or despair run through his frame. The second stranger, who had hitherto lingered in the background, now drew near. A pale face looked over the solicitor's shoulder. Yes, it was Marson himself. Mr. Rochester turned and glared at him. His eye, as I have often said, was a black eye. It had now a tawny, nay, a bloody light in its gloom, and his face flushed, olive cheek and hueless forehead received a glow as from spreading, ascending heart fire. And he stirred, lifted his strong arm. He could have struck Marson, dashed him on the church floor, shocked by ruthless blow the breath from his body. But Marson shrank away and cried faintly, "Good God!" Contempt fell cool on Mr. Rochester. His passion died, as if a blight had shriveled it up. He only asked, "What have you to say?" And an audible reply escaped Marson's white lips. "The devil is in you if you cannot answer directly. I again demand, what have you to say?" "Sir," interrupted the clergyman, "do not forget you are in a sacred place." Then addressing Marson, he inquired gently, "Are you aware, sir, whether or not this gentleman's wife is still living?" "Courage," urged the lawyer. "Speak out." "She is now living at Thornfield Hall," said Marson in more articulate tones. "I saw her there last April. I am her brother." "At Thornfield Hall!" ejaculated the clergyman. "Impossible! I am an old resident in this neighborhood, sir, and I never heard of a Mrs. Rochester at Thornfield Hall." Saw a grim smile contort Mr. Rochester's lip, and he muttered, "No, by God. I took care that none should hear of it, or of her under that name." He mused. For 10 minutes he had held counsel with himself. He formed his resolve, then he announced it. "Enough! All shall bolt out at once like the bullet from the barrel. Wood, close your book, and take off your surplice. John Green," to the clerk, "leave the church. There will be no wedding today." The man obeyed.